Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. Mining Weekly editor Martin Creamer joins me today to unpack the latest in the mining industry. Hi Martin.
Hi Chanel.
Botswana Diamonds could develop a new mine in its Thorny River property in Limpopo. Tell us about that.
I'm so excited about this. You know, with a name like Botswana Diamonds, you would imagine they'd be in Botswana, but they've come across the border and they've explored and they've evaluated. And it looks like there's not one negative aspect to this, for this becoming a mine. So every time they do drilling, you know, they got smiles on their faces. When they found those 11 diamonds last year, the quality of the diamonds was very good. The color was favorable. Everything seems to be pointing to a new mine being developed there, a diamond mine. And it shows you the potential in South Africa. You know, here's Botswana Diamonds. They know about exploration. They've been in Botswana. They come across the border. They can see this opportunity. They're still going to do a lot of drilling there, so there could be much more found. But even on the basis of what they've got, it's going to be commercial. They can see open cast options. And the evaluation that they put out was very positive. So possibly when areas have been mined in the past by the majors, because De Beers used to be in that area under Marsfontein. They mined Marsfontein very quickly and very lucratively. And perhaps those opportunities are around there, but maybe mines like De Beers want something bigger, so they allow the prospecting right to lapse and others can come in and get going, which we've seen with Botswana Diamonds now, and it's looking more and more positive every time they report.
As South Africa finds itself under the threat of load shedding, President Cyril Ramaphosa has said the current board and management of Eskom deserve full support.
I agree with that 100%. You know, we've had so much chopping and changing with the leadership of a big organization like Eskom that needs steady state, that needs the same leadership. To start wanting to attack existing leadership now as if you must put someone else in, I mean, is absolutely ludicrous. The people that are put in, the sounds they make, the steps they take, indicate to me that they are good managers. And let this carry on. You know, don't start saying we want something different. Consolidate what you've got now, because there's just no option but to do that. So those who come on social media and start calling for changes, I think they should be told, let's lock arms now. Let's South African lock arms. This is an important thing. We've got to get this right. We can't get it wrong. So all of us have got to be together here, because we've actually quite different to other countries. You know, we've got a big energy provider and there's big advantages in that. But there's also negatives in that if you don't get it right. So lock arms now. No matter what sort of opinions you have, you should switch that and say, we're going to push in favor of this management getting it right. Once they've got it right, you can start thinking of other things and maybe being more vigilant in future, making sure there's a lot more maintenance early on. But don't start shouting that sort of nonsense at the moment. Rather give backing to those who are in.
Tell us about Chile's Codelco seeking prospect partnerships for 34 projects in that country.
Now look at that again. Codelco is a state-owned enterprise. Codelco is a copper miner in Chile. Codelco looks to nationalizing things, you know. I mean, they are the state-owned enterprise that gets involved in projects all over the place. What do you find about the world today? These nationalized enterprises are saying, guys, if we want these 34 projects to get going, we need money. We haven't quite got the money. So how are we going to do this? Bring in private sector partners. And that is what must be done all the time. Here in South Africa, we know that the majors left areas that can still be mined. We don't have the advantage of Codelco, which being state-owned, they sort of had an eye on a lot of the places and that they've done preliminary exploration. That's the only reason why they can go ahead with this now, because they can give some information. But you know, 34 projects going ahead, it's going to be a big boost for copper and for gold probably. In Chile, we have got a similar situation, if we want it, where the bigger majors have allowed their prospecting rights to lapse, and smaller companies would see massive advantage in what the bigger companies don't see as being advantageous. Let's get in there. Let's do that like the other countries are doing. And I can see even there are strong unions in Chile, but they're looking to working with us, because at the moment you can't just look at the formal side of an economy where you've got the mining majors and you've got the organized labor. There's so many other unemployed people around beyond that you've got to think of the whole economy, including unions, as you will see probably the Chile unions will do, because it's time to do it. This is an unusual time in the world economy, very unusual. You've got to grab every opportunity you can. We've got those opportunities here. We had a background of private sector exploration. There's still knowledge from that. So we should capitalize on it. And when I drive past these tailings dams between Johannesburg and Soweto, I look at myself and I say, what is wrong with us? There is gold in there. There are other precious things in there. We also need the land between Johannesburg and Soweto. We need that land to be recovered and rehabilitated. But to do that, we've got to have people who can get the gold out of those dumps to make all this possible. The people are here. They can do it. What is wrong with saying we're going to invite bids for this? Let's get going on it. And those who've got the best expertise, we should look at them, because they've got proven track records. Go for that. Get the gold out of it. Get the money that you can from that. And at the same time, stop this long transport that people have. They live in Soweto. They spend a lot of time in a taxi. They could be spending that time with their family. We're talking about social development as well. It could be closer to the city. It could be creating a different economic environment. That's just one opportunity. There's so many of them. And I think that's what the political leadership at the moment should be looking at, the government should be looking at, to try and get to the low-hanging fruit, turn it to positive account as quickly as you can, as you see they're trying to do in Chile. They know that as a public sector they haven't got the cash. Let's bring in a partner, and the first thing on their list is, have you got an attractive cash proposition? Because that's what's happening in the world. We've got to cooperate. We've got to see a country as one people. South Africa Incorporated, get going, get it done as one people. Don't chirp and fight all the time. It's not the time for that. You can do that later, not now.
Thank you, Martin.
It's a great pleasure, Chanel.
That's it for today. Join us again next week for more news analysis on the local and global mining industries. Don't forget to listen to the audio version of our Mining Weekly daily email newsletter.